Bidding at auction. Mark Williams from Bell Property. In this video, I'll cover 4 simple tips to help you smash your next property auction. Hang around till the end of the video and I'll provide you with the #1 piece of advice in securing your property this spring. The big false misconception out there in the market is that breaking the bidding down and offering smaller bids makes the house look cheaper. But in reality, it just actually makes you look weaker. The auctioneer doesn't want to do it because he's a long way away from what will sell it. He'll be there for an hour and a half and end up with a pimple on his tongue. Hesitating before you bid and breaking down the bidding doesn't send a message to your competition that you've got much lead in your pencil. It's a little bit like going to a gunfight with a knife. Staring your competition out at an auction, leave it to the wrestlers. At so many auctions, competing bidders watch each other throughout the process, and in many cases, it makes it personal. Vary your bidding throughout the auction. The idea of an auction is to allow the auction to get into a rhythm, for the bidders to feel comfortable. Varying your bids throughout the auction will disrupt their plans, will disrupt the rhythm of the auction, and give you a better chance of buying the property with your competition unsure of your bidding tactic and what your next bid is going to be. When someone bids against you during the auction, don't hesitate. It's a sign of weakness. Counter bid quickly, have it in your plan, because the less time you give your competition to think about things, the better. And the quicker you bid gives a sign that you're there to buy the property no matter what. Keep your eyes on the auctioneer. This will give you a professional presence throughout the auction. And the reality is watching what the other bidders are doing will not help you buy the property. Keep your eyes on the prize. During the auction process, buyers will have a figure in their mind, and it is usually the even number. So if you can make sure during the bidding process, especially when the property is on the market, that you are first to that next even number, that next $10,000 increment, you can quite often tip the scales in your favor for the purchase of the property. But do you have a plan? The nerves are rising, anxiety is growing, but the reality is most people don't have a plan when they go to auction. They just say, well, we'll see how it goes. But things move really quickly in an auction, and nerves can sometimes get the better of you. If the auction has started at an extremely low bid, let the auctioneer take a vendor bid to take it up to the bottom of the range and then get involved in the bidding. Varying your bidding is very important, as previously mentioned. It stops the auction from getting into a rhythm and also confuses and in some cases intimidates your competition, as they can't work out exactly your bidding strategy, which will help. Once the property is on the market, the auctioneer will most likely take any bids that he gets offered. Don't change that variation of bidding strategy, because it will help you throughout the auction. Once you get to the pointy end of an auction where it is about to be sold, and hopefully it's going to be sold to you, if someone bids against you and the auction is on an even number, which even numbers are actually usually what people have in their mind when they go to buy a property, keep one bid up your sleeve, one final bid to take it off that even number, because if you're both at a level which is your limit for the auction, you can quite often tip the scales in your favor with that one final bid. I wish you every success with your bidding this spring. Mark Williams from Bell Property, Armidale. See you on the next video.